Because the only waters that they're drinking from are bitter. They're still waiting around in unforgiveness. They're still waiting around in past hurts and turmoils. All of their wounds was filled up with salty waters. And that's exactly where the children of Israel are. They are in a place. Finally, they can get something to drink. And there it is. Nasty water. And what did they do? They began to complain. We don't have any of those guys in the church, do we? They don't have a real enemy. They've been set free. They sang the songs and rejoiced. You did too when you received the Holy Spirit. You're like, oh, it feels so good. You sang the songs and you rejoiced. But here you are, you keep tasting these bitter waters. See, some of us have received the Holy Ghost. We find ourselves in a place where we can rejoice for our victory, but we're still dealing with the thirst of our soul. Addiction no longer controls your life because you've been set free. But the wounds from the time that you spent in bondage of yesterday created bitter crevices or craters of water that does not quench this thirst that you have deep inside. So what do? You know that you can be hateful. Some of them, you know you're that person. The person I spoke of, you know that's you. You know that you haven't showed love because you've had false accusations, and your temper has controlled you instead of you controlling it. And your relationships are few basically because people have a hard time being around you. Why? Because those bitter waters flow from you. And you just complain all the time. You complain about your job. You complain about your children. You complain about others in the church. You complain about your doctors. You complain about your friends. You complain about your car. You complain about your house. You complain about life in general. You just complain. That's what Moses was dealing with on a daily basis. Every day they were complaining. I got to eat manna again. Man, I'm getting sick of this quail. That water that's flowing from that rock's got a little bit too much iron in it or something. They were just constantly complaining about something. Then they wonder why their life isn't changing for the good. And I've already spoken to this. It's because the good can't grow on the banks of bitter waters. But God didn't leave us hopeless. He sees the thirsting of your souls. He knows where you have been. He's seen your hurt and He's heard the cries that's come from your heart. He's understood. Can you believe He understands our groaning? You know, this morning I was in my office and I was crying out to the Lord, and I've been this way ever since I've lost my pastor. And I'm not going to lie, I've been hurt for a long time now, for a few weeks now, ever since he passed away. And I'm in there and I'm just crying, and I'm praying, but I'm not saying anything. And I'm crying. Oh my God, I'm just pouring it out to God. Well, when those noises that I made, whatever it was that I was making in there, I really don't cry like that. Brother Roger. But those groanings that I had when I was in prayer, sometimes, whatever noise that I made or whatever I said in there, He will not leave you there. So they begin to complain. That's what they're good at. So Moses began to cry out. Moses began to cry out to the Lord, and the Lord showed him a tree. We didn't even read that yet, have we? Turn to 25. This is the very next verse. And he cried unto the Lord and said, and the Lord showed him a tree. Sounds like something I just said, huh? Which, when he had cast into the waters were made sweet. There he made for them a statute and an ordinance. And there he proved them and said, if thou wilt diligently hearken to the voice of the Lord thy God, and wilt do that which is right in his sight, and will give ear to his commandments, and keep all his statutes, I will put none of these diseases upon thee, which I have brought upon the Egyptians. For I am the Lord that healeth thee. I think it's interesting that God not only talked about the waters being healed, but he also talked about the diseases that were brought up on the Egyptians. I didn't even realize this was a possibility. I'm free from them. It's just like some of us with our naive way of thinking and our old traditional ways. We think that there's no way that I can be plagued by a spirit if I'm filled with the Holy Ghost. Really? I didn't even realize this sickness can be an issue. I'm away from the Egyptians. I've been set free. But now you're saying that as long as I do all this stuff, then I won't have to deal with that. Well, thank you. But what's even more interesting about it is that there are some of us that are sick among us. And I'm not talking, I know that there are medical happenings that happen just strictly medical. It has nothing to do with bitterness. It has nothing to do with double-mindedness. It has nothing to do with anything of your past. But I am here to tell you that there are some that's sick among us that are sick not because of natural things that's happened to them, but they're sick due to the bitterness that's in their heart. The reason why so many people struggle with heart disease isn't because of the hamburger they ate, but there's more of a big, deeper root cause to the heart disease. It has everything to do with what they've been fighting with internally. It has everything to do with the wounds of their past and the pains of yesterday. They sit there and they struggle and they eat, and all of this stress that's caused upon them is now creating heart disease within them. They're sick due to the bitterness that's in their heart. There are times that you can find healing in your body if you can just find a way to bring healing to those bitter waters of your heart. I believe that. I believe that there's people today that if they can have those wounds that's deeply inflicted in their heart, if they can find healing for those wounds, they'll also find healing in their bodies, and they'll find healings in their minds. I am convinced that the Old Testament is a reflection of the New Testament church, as I said earlier. I believe that we can add something to these bitter waters that they can be healed. I believe that we can throw a branch in it. I believe that we can throw a tree in it. I believe if we add something to these bitter waters that they will be healed. Your temper, your meanness, your attitude may have been what defines you, but it's a far cry from who you really are. I want you to understand something. I'm going to tell this story. I had a temper. Don't look at me, Diane. You haven't seen it in a long time. I had a temper. I mean, a very short fuse. I was unsaved, or when I was first saved. We got that church over Newton Falls, and I'm just within months of being saved there. And it wasn't very long after we got in there, the person that we bought the house, the church off of, he blocked off the parking lot and said that's his land, that we don't have a parking lot to park in. Well, me being the person that I am, I was always the first person at church. And I went right around those ropes that he roped off. I went over to his house. I knocked on his door and said, what in the world is going on out here? And he said, well, it's because of you, me, I roped them off. I'm like, what do you mean? He said, well, because when you left out of here, you went spinning your tires. I was like, well, it's a gravel parking lot. I have a small Ranger pickup truck. It's light in the rear end. And sometimes when you have a stick shift, it does that. I don't care. I'm done dealing with you people. It's roped off. And I was like, I was upset, and I went to walk away from him. And he's chirping in my ear the whole time, and I'm walking away. I'm done with you. I'm done. And I went to walk away from him, and he said, I see you're a coward, too. What can I say? And I got up right in that man's face and I said, you want to see a coward, buddy? And that's about the time that my pastor knocked me off of him. And pushed me all the way back into the church. Something flipped. It pushed on that little nerve. It pushed that little hurt that I had right in here somewhere. I said, how's that feel? Fighting words. I don't know why. I never lived in the West, but I never liked being called yellow. But anyways, Brother Hearn knocked me off of him, pushed me all the way back into the church, and I was only a few months of being saved at the time. You know, it's been 21 years. Yesterday was my 21st anniversary, birthday, whatever, since I've been saved. I gave up alcohol, drinking, drugs, everything, all in that one trip to the altar. But you know what? I still had some things that I had to deal with. I'm no longer bound by alcohol, no longer bound by drugs, I'm no longer bound by the things of this world, but man, I still had some things I had to deal with. And when I was there, I reacted wrong, completely wrong. But you know, time has went by. God has healed some wounds. The same things that used to make me mad, I can see myself, man, I'm going to be mad about this. Well, I want to give him a piece of my mind. It's just the same energy is not there. It's not because I'm tired. It's not because I'm wore out. It's just that part of me, I've had a healing right there. I know in my mind, like, this is something that you should be mad about. Do something. But the trigger's gone. You ever have a gun with a broken trigger and it doesn't work anymore? It doesn't have the same effect. My trigger's gone. The pain is gone. The wound's been healed. And so it's kind of funny because just a few months after I started pastoring this church, it's funny that tree's fell down now. There was a big giant tree over here in the corner of our neighbor's yard, and he and I get along really well. But and we do. We sit there and talk, and we have a nice relationship. But when I first started going over here, they had a bunch of tree limbs that were hanging way down, and vines growing from it, and our cars would drive underneath them, and they were down our cars. And so I asked the landscaper if he could clean that up a little bit. Well, the landscaper at the time was pulling stuff off of his fence and pulling stuff down, and he came out yelling. Well, your son, actually, yelling at him. Well, they immediately came in and got me, and I came out there, and I talked to him, and he started yelling at me, just like that old man did at the other church. And He's telling me, you're not going to do this, you're not going to do this. I said, sir, I'm just going to tell you this is exactly what it's going to be. I said, I'm not going to pull anything off your fence. I apologize for what's happened so far. But anything that's over here on my side is getting cleaned up. And I cleaned it all, we cleaned it all up so far as the trucks can get underneath it and everything, and we walked away cordially. And in the same way, I can still go over there and have conversations with them, and we've had a nice time. He comes over here when he sees Daniel, never when I'm mowing, but when he sees Daniel mowing, he'll come in and mow the hill for Daniel so he doesn't have to truck the lawnmower up and down it, and the neighbors over there come over and they help Daniel mow, and I'm like, what in the world does he get paid for? But if I had had the same temper that I had years ago, that would have never happened. But somewhere along the line, something happened inside of me, and those same bitter waters weren't there anymore. There was some sweet waters there. And that leads me to where I'm at now in this message. I went a little longer than what I thought, but that person that I was when I was angry, bitter, I thought that's not who I was. That's not even who I wanted to be. Most of the time I found myself saying, oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for acting a fool. He doesn't want to leave you in those places. He don't want your soul thirsty and quenching for more. He doesn't want you to become bitter. God wants His life to be within you. He wants the fruit to grow on the shores of those riverbanks. What can we add to it to sweeten those waters? God showed Moses a tree, but what can we add to it? Our only chance for healing those bitter waters of our heart is Christ. John 15:5 says, I am the vine, and you are the branches. He that abideth in me, and I in him. It's got to be in us. The same bringeth forth what? Much fruit. For without me, you can do nothing. Without me, those waters are always going to be bitter. Without me, there will be no love within you. Without me, you will not know what true joy is. Without me, you don't know what it's like to be gentle or kind. Without me, you don't know long suffering. You understand what I'm telling you today? We need to add Christ to our hearts. Sometimes our hearts need to cry out. We need to cry out on that bitterness. Jesus! We need to add Christ. Wait a minute, Brother Roger. I already added Christ when I received the Holy Ghost. Then why are the waters still bitter? It's because you're not crying out of your bitterness. You're crying out of your remorse, or you're crying out of where you were at yesterday, but something inside of you, when you get to that place, when you're hurting, when you get to that place where you're angry, you need to cry out of that time. God, you see my anger. You see my pain. God, I need you. Apply your healing to these waters. You see, we don't think that we can talk to God that way. The last thing you want to do when you're angry is cry out to Him, isn't it? No, you want to push on Him. Doors, walls.